Rora Noah Zoro for the motherfucking win. This episode of One Piece, very good episode. Got to start off with that. It did a lot of different things. It advanced in several different places. And overall, I just felt like this episode was a very good and a breath of fresh air episode because the pacing was on point. And I was just really feeling this episode. I think they did a good job. So to start off with, I think one of the most important things of what made the episode very good is that it mainly focused on the Zoro and Tashigi versus Monet part. And it had a couple different things going on. You know, we went a little bit back and forth with Luffy and Momonosuke, Kinemon, Robin, and Nami and stuff like that, but we mainly, the target of this episode was the Zoro stuff, and I think focusing in on one objective is probably best when it comes to certain things, especially when it's something like this. This battle, this fight was freaking awesome, and it really just showed that at the end of the day, anybody that had any doubts about Zoro, it was cleared quickly that he doesn't want to hit women. You know, he's a gentleman, I guess. You know, he's a swordsman and a gentleman. Who would have thunk? But, you know, it really just dives as well into the, I guess, relationship between Zoro and Tashigi. You know, that they have more of a deeper connection. To be honest with you, I clearly see either two things happening with the two characters because I think they will forever be intertwined with each other. I think ever since, you know, the Kuina shit, that's just part of Zoro's backstory. And I think either one, at some point in the series, they're going to have to team up on some legit shit for a while. And I could see Tashigi possibly dying and, you know, Zoro just being devastated because I think that he feels some certain way for her, obviously. You could tell that he kind of has, you know, fondness for her because she reminds him of Kuina. I could see possibly Tashigi dying at a later part in the episode and possibly Zoro just being very affected by it. Or two, I could see at the end the happy ending between the two of them. I don't know which way it would go, and of course that's a long way down the road to be predicting, but I could clearly see something like that because this episode really dives into the fact that they are and will be connected throughout the entire series in one way or another, whether it be rivals, whether it be partners, whether it even be possibly lovers. I know Oda said he probably won't dive into lovers or anything, especially in between the Straw Hats, but she's not a Straw Hat, and I could just see it happening, at least at the end of the series, so that's a long way off. But nonetheless, episodes like this, they work good as a team. Zoro don't really want to attack Monet, but, like, he knows right from wrong, and that's one thing about all the Straw Hats. Like, they know at the end of the day what's right and what's wrong, and he's not going to obviously let her get taken down, which, by the way, Toei, kudos to including that blood in the episode. Like, I was really shocked at them actually, like, showing the... I was literally like, ooh, ouch, when Monet was crunching on Tashigi's shoulder and just going biting and biting. Like, they did a great job with that. If they wanted to display gore and just how freaking nasty Monet can get, they did a good job because I was just, like, really impressed. The stuff in the middle with the kids, again, like... It was good to show around what's going on. I felt like the stuff with the kids, it advanced because finally Robin decided, you know what, let me just use my power and stop them. But at the same time, it was just like, we've seen so much of that, so I think that was probably, it was necessary, I guess, in a sense, but it just felt like in the middle of all this craziness with the Zoro stuff that it was just like thrown in there. But nonetheless, it was, again, one of the good progressions of what this was with this episode. The Kinemon part definitely was not really needed. It's just like, hey, Momonosuke, where are you? I love you, you're my baby. So that wasn't really necessary. It was funny, I'll give it that, but it really wasn't necessary to the progression of this episode. And I think the main progressions of the episode was the Zoro and Monet, obviously, and as well as, you know, them finally stopping those freaking annoying ass kids. So that was a good part of the episode. And just the whole thing with the battle. Now, Zoro, I feel as though the anime slightly gave a different feel of what he did to Monet when he just went freaking crazy. The anime, first of all, it highlighted his eye, and it had like this red dot to it. I don't know if they were trying to say something with that. Were they trying to say that Zoro got Conqueror's Haki? I don't know. I'm still standing by there's a possibility. I mean, if we've seen several different people have the Conquerors. Not several, but we've seen quite a bit of different people have the Conqueror's Haki. And I mean, with somebody like Zoro, he's a king. Come on. Look at the beastness, what he did in this episode. I could clearly see him having it. Now, it more so does look like he just scared the living dog shit out of her and then just sliced her in fucking half, which... epic shit on that part. Like, they hold no punches with this episode. They really went in with the gore with this episode, and I commend them with that. So definitely good on the gore and stuff. And overall, just the advancement of this episode. Monet down, more development between Zoro and Tashigi. The kids have finally been stopped by Robin. She was like, YOLO, gotta grab them. Very good episode. Very good episode. It had, you know, here and there slow moments, and mainly with the Kinemon thing. But as far as like comparing it to prior episodes, this episode was on some other level shit. So definitely a very good one. Giving it 8.5 out of 10. The Kinemon stuff wasn't really necessary. unnecessary. Luffy climbing up the thing, punching into the walls, that was cool, but that also really wasn't like a necessary moment as well. I think the main focus and the best thing about this episode, the good thing and the development in this episode, was all between those characters, Zoro, Tashigi, and Monet. Let me know what you think. First of all, Zoro, did he use Conqueror's Haki there, or did he just scare the living dog shit out of Monet? That scene was just sick as hell, I'm not going to lie. It made the episode. That whole moment made the episode. And your overall thoughts of that fight, because it was just a great fight. They did a great job, the gore and everything. And do you think that Zoro and Tashigi are going to be entwined for the rest of the series? Do you think that at some given point maybe Tashigi might die and it'll affect Zoro in a very big way? Will they be together? What do you think of that? Just your overall thoughts of the episode. But that's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Thumbs up for Roronoa Zoro, the Beast. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.